Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at this week's pre-orders, and they are live. This video is sponsored by the Game Bunker. More on that later. Alright, so we got a bunch of pre-orders this week. We got some good stuff that came out last week. Let's jump right in and take a look. So last week we saw the Spearhead Soulbite Gravelords finally come up for pre-order, $145 for that. We also had the Spearhead Gloomspite Gits, the new Wolfpack one for $145 as well. And then we're on to some new releases for this week. So first off, from Horus Heresy, we have the Mark II Assault Squad, and they do come with the jump packs as seen in the pictures here. We got some various different weapons, pistols and axes. We got the double-handed axe, we got the sergeant equipment. Pretty nice looking models right here. If you're after this style of jetpacks in the Mark II Assault Armor, $73.50 for 10 of these bad boys. And then next we have the brand new super heavy Fellblade battle tank. So very cool, finally seeing this thing coming out in plastic. $210 for the Fellblade. And this is sort of like the Baneblade equivalent in Horus Heresy. So this thing is massive. It's got a bunch of different weapon options. Everything from like your hull mounted weapon options to your sponson mounted weapon options. Very, very cool. Tons of detail right here. This thing is going to be dishing out some massive firepower. Very cool. Very happy to see this coming in plastic finally after so many years, only available as a resin kit. So $210 for the Fellblade, and I'm sure this thing absolutely slaps in Horus Heresy. And then moving on from there, we got another set of awesome releases in the combat forces. So for Horus Heresy now, we basically have the combat patrol equivalent. So first of the three, we have the Legion Astartes combat force. These are priced at $170. They're going to have some nice savings over MSRP, but I think more than anything, I just see these are what combat patrols should look like. You get a Dreadnought, you get a Rhino, you get a heavy weapon squad, and then you get a standard squad as well. So 22 models in this box set for $170, and 2 of them are vehicles. Very cool. So we got that Leviathan Dreadnought, absolutely awesome. Definitely love this kit. And then we've got your Rhino. And then you also have 20 of the Marines. You could build 10 of them as like your regular tactical squad. And then you can build 10 as the heavy weapon squad with either missile launchers or I believe heavy bolters. So really nice box set right here. Very happy to see Games Workshop bringing out some box sets for Horus Heresy that will allow people to get into the game at an affordable price point with a respectable starting force. And next we have the Sola Auxilia Combat Force. So again, really nice box set right here. You're going to get 1 of the Leman Russ battle tanks. You're going to get 2 of the Sentinels. And then you got 20 of your standard troops, and then you have 1 command squad. So again, really nice box set right here. This would be absolute banger if it was available for Warhammer 40,000. The Leman Russ is obviously a really nice kit, and I like the look and style from Horus Heresy. And then we have 2 of the Sentinels with various different weapon and equipment options. Then we have our command section right here with some different build options. And then we've got 20-man las rifle section. So really nice box set right here. Excellent starting force. And again, this one is coming with something like 28 models in the box set. Great job by Games Workshop on this one.
Now a quick word from today's sponsor, Game Bunker. Game Bunker carries a full range of Games Workshop products including miniatures, terrain, paint tools, and more. Game Bunker offers 15% off MSRP for most Games Workshop products with the discount code WHMS. Receive free shipping in the continental United States on orders over $145. Online orders ship out within 24 hours. Game Bunker is a veteran-owned business. Use affiliate link below, enter discount code WHMS to save 15% on most items at checkout. For fast, friendly service with a discount on your favorite tabletop wargaming purchases, visit GameBunker.net and let them know that Warhammer Man sent you.
And then last but not least, we have the Mechanicum Combat Force. So again, $170. This one has a lot less miniatures, but they are much more elite. So you're going to get 5 of the jumpy little robots. You get 2 of the medium-sized robots, and then you get 1 of the big boys. And my apologies on not knowing the names off the top of my head. So here we got the big boy right here with the massive cannon on its shoulder. And then you got some close combat weapons. You've got some other lighter armament. And I have seen this kit in person, and it is a beautiful kit. And then we got the medium-sized robots. You got different options for like the claws or the buzzsaws. And then again, shoulder-mounted weapons. Very, very cool. And then you got a 6-man squad of the jumpy boys. And then we have some various different weapon and equipment options for them as well. Absolutely beautiful models. I love these. If they were available for use in Warhammer 40,000, I would 100% be playing Mechanicum. Or Adeptus Mechanicus, should I say. But unfortunately, they're not. But for the Horus Heresy players out there, absolutely awesome box set. 10 out of 10 for Games Workshop on these combat forces. And it really just shows you how much the combat patrols have changed over the years, as they used to be much more in line with something like this. Alright, and then we got some Lord of the Rings stuff. So we have Theodred, the Prince of Rohan. And then you got mounted and on foot. Then we also have Fréaláf, Hildeson, Olwyn, and Lief. Again, mounted and on foot, $53 for them. Then we have Helm, Hammerhand, the King of Rohan for $36.50, mounted and on foot. And then we have the Journal Tactica, the Forges of Saturn for Warhammer Horus Heresy, $29 for that. We have the Rohirrim dice set for $20.50. Then we have the Hill Tribesmen dice set for $20.50. Lord of the Rings, The War of Rohan for $29. Then we got a bunch of other stuff left over from last week. We have the Ashwing Helamites. We have the Palanite Enforcers, Captains, and Sergeants. Both those box sets, $52. And then we have the Remnant Blade hardback for $30 this week. We have Necromunda Bastions of Law for $52. We have Voidscarred hardback for $30. We have Voidscarred Special Edition for $75. And I'm not sure how popular this one's going to be, but as always, these special edition books do go quick. So if you are after this one, make sure to grab it up before it's gone. And then we have the Elemental Council in paperback for $17.99. We have Dark Eternal paperback for $17.99. And then we got some of the last week's sellouts. We have the Housemists of Hashut Army box sold out very quickly for $200. No surprises there, as this is an absolutely awesome box. I was warning people this was going to go quick. Chaos Dwarves are super popular, and tons of people have been waiting on these. So no surprises there. Then we have the Palanite Enforcer Haunts Expert Kit for $45 sold out. We had the Palanite Companions for $41 Expert Kit sold out. And then we had the Saints of the Imperium Limited Edition for $170 sold out. Bastions of Law dice set for $20.50 sold out. And then Bastions of Law Gang Tactics cards for $20.50 sold out. So lots of cool stuff coming out this week, especially if you are a Warhammer the Horus Heresy fan. Definitely looking forward to some of these kits. I really like the new combat forces. Definitely a big fan of the big kits coming in plastic to $40K. And then, of course, I know people have been waiting on the Mark II Assault Squad. We got some nice Lord of the Rings stuff, some cool books. Let me know what you're most excited about, what you're going to be picking up this week. Always like to hear back from you guys in the comments. And as always, special thanks to the Game Bunker for sponsoring the channel. Check out the link in the description to save 15% of most Games Workshop products with code WHMS at checkout. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm out of here.